The following program is suitable for mature audiences only. The program may be inappropriate for viewers younger than age 17. This program contains one or more of the following: sexual references or crude indecent language. Parental guidance is suggested.
Community College, welcome to Tammy and Lurleen Why Not. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Why Not Sisters. Let's hear it for them.
Hey, y'all! It's so great to be back. It certainly is. It certainly is. You know, we almost didn't make it because our shift ran long at Hobby Lobby in Peaburg.
It sure did. And you know, at Hobby Lobby we don't get medical coverage for birth control and whatnot. But we found eating arts and crafts glue that they sell works just as well.
It does. It'll bung your lady parts right up. And if you want, you can purchase our homemade birth control in the lobby. Thanks, Supreme Court Justices, for supporting religion and big business. Thank you, baby.
You know it. And working at Hobby Lobby, we have come to some realizations. Why, did you know there seems to be a war on women? Dun, dun, dun!
You know it, gal. I bet you're talking about that crazy bedbug, former Republican senator from Missouri, Todd Aiken. Why, he said that if a woman was legitimately raped, that her body would not get pregnant. Her body would shut down and magically prevent her from conceiving. Boy, yeah, I know, ma'am, I know. Boy, if we had that kind of power, do you think that there'd be a war on women?
No.
Hell to the no. Why, we would be shooting killer lasers out of our vaginas. Pew, pew, pew. And we'd be taking over the world.
We sure would. And you know, it was no magic act that he was voted out of office.
I guess women have some power after all.
But you know, some male senators and representatives don't seem to understand the female anatomy.
That is an astute observation. I bet you're talking about that crazy wacko cracker Republican representative from Idaho, Vito Barbieri.
The same.
Well, preach to the good people, dear sister.
Well, in a recent House State Affairs Committee meeting, the good doctor, Julie Madsen, was testifying in favor of country women getting telemedicine access. And then telemedicine access, that little talkie box thing that you play Candy Crush on.
Oh, you mean the interweb?
Yes, the computer. So, the doctor's on one end, and the woman's on the other end, and he can do an exam, and then he can prescribe her medical care and whatnot for her feminine needs. Because, you know, women in Idaho, they sometimes have to drive hours to get to a clinic.
That's a shame. I know, ma'am, I know.
It is.
I tell you, that's thinking with all pistons fired.
It sure is. But you know, Barbieri wasn't thinking with all pistons firing.
Really?
Really? Oh my gosh. He gets up in front of this whole thing and says, could a woman swallow a pill with a camera in it so the doctor can get a look at her uterus?
Last time I checked, when I eat a Big Mac, the special sauce doesn't end up in my uterus.
No, it doesn't.
Remind me again why men get to make laws about what's best for women's reproductive health.
I have no idea. That's pretty crazy. But, you know, my sister and I were fed up with all of it. So we sat down and wrote this little love song in order to tell the Senate, the House of Representatives, and Hobby Lobby just how we feel. Hit it, Slim! Women's right to reproduction, a hot topic all the time. And say we are not capable, we're sick of that old life. So
the show with a very special treat for all of you. We've written our own piece to be part of the Vagina Monologues. Why did we do that, you ask? Well, I'll tell you. So earlier this year, Mount Holyoke College decided not to do the Vagina Monologues because they felt that the Vagina Monologues were no longer really inclusive of gender, because the Vagina Monologues were written 20 years ago. And Eve Ensler was completely behind it. She said, go for it. At Columbia University, they realized that historically, the Vagina Monologues has been cast with white, middle-class women, something that we noticed about our cast. And so Columbia University cast all women of color to make a statement about that. And Eve Ensler was completely behind it. I say these things because that's the beauty of social justice theater, that you can start with an idea 20 years ago, and it just keeps building and inspires more people, and people jump on to the action, and they take it beyond even what that idea was, which is wonderful. So we got together as a cast in our rehearsals, and we talked about our white privilege, we talked about our class privilege, we talked about our gender, we talked about our sexual orientation, and we decided to write a piece to invite you all tonight to think about some things in New Jersey that we hope that you'll join in with us. The other special piece about this is that we also co-wrote this with the women inmates of the Edna Mann Women's Correctional Facility. We would go there, we've been going there once a week since October, and so we would write with them, and then we'd come back to our rehearsal, and we would write, and we would go back and forth, and we would give each other notes. And so tonight, I dedicate this to Lakeisha Jones, Adrian Kraft, Kimberly Coleman, Bibi Chahada. I'm sorry, what?
Angela.
Yes, I just had to take a breath because I'm a little verklempt. Angela Guarini, Melvina McLean, and Tiana Beckham. And Kimberly Coleman, I think I said her. But sorry, got a little emotional. So we present to you Dear New Jersey.
Dear New Jersey,
Look around!
I've been doing this show for 10 years. I was 18 when I started, and becoming an empowered woman was my goal. I'm still learning and growing.
Who are you becoming?
Thank you to those who have been curious enough to take risks and join the movement and demand change. To others,
Why haven't you?
in previous years, we couldn't sell chocolate vaginas or even advertise to 100 Central Regional High School.
Gatekeeping.
Stopping young men and women who will have the power to make change by joining the movement. They should be a part of this.
So should you.
Dear New Jersey, we may seem like tamed kittens, but we won't let you touch us.
We're pussies.
A bunch of pussies. Together, we will claw continuously until you feel
Our rage.
We will howl. Oh, how we will howl. We will howl into the night. You don't know shit about pussy. We just want to share the same space as you. Is that too much to ask? I don't think so.
Meow.
Dear New Jersey, instead of calling people pussies when they act weak, we should be calling them testicles.
Stop acting like a testicle.
Balls are sensitive. One flick makes a man double over. Vaginas are created to endure pain.
Grow a vagina and get back out there.
Dear New Jersey, our vagina has been equated as being a terrorist threat.
Dear New Jersey, having a vagina is great. Unlike men, we can have multiple orgasms without stress or strain in a short period of time. There's an old gardener saying,
The hole lasts longer than the pole.
I am a woman, a gay lesbian. We have been down for so long. Our voices have been locked away in a 1920s bottle of honey.
Rich and thick.
And ready to be heard. We are here and we are ready to take a stand.
Hands up, don't shoot.
Hands down, there's a new vagina in town.
Dear New Jersey, what does it mean for me to have a vagina?
It's unique.
There is not another one like it in the universe.
Embrace and appreciate.
My vagina is compassion, nurturing, reproduction, and balance.
It gives spunk.
It is divine.
Nam-myoho Renge-kyo.
I once named my vagina, but I'll never tell.
Dear New Jersey, I am privileged to be at RVCC, where students can perform the Vagina Monologues with the support of the administration.
It is 2015, not 1865.
Yet productions of the Vagina Monologues have been shut down by colleges across the United States. The University of South Carolina, Texas Tech, Tarleton State in Texas, and Huron College in Ohio.
It's 2015, not 1865.
Why do Latina women make 54% of what white men make? African American women make 64%, and white women make 78%. Why is domestic violence swept under the rug? Every single woman is somebody's child, somebody's mother, somebody's something. Why are transgender men and women being killed for who they really are? Why is saying vagina so fucking wrong? The last time I checked, the word doesn't mean porn.
Freedom!
Dear New Jersey, I'll make a statement and you guess what year it is.
2015 or 1865.
Women are used as sex objects. They are considered property of a man. They are treated like children by the government in making reproductive healthcare decisions on their own bodies. They are raped for wearing a short skirt or a low-cut top.
They were asking for it.
Maybe they just wanted to feel the breeze on their fucking thigh.
It's distracting to boys.
What year is it?
Dear New Jersey, what do you think of when you hear the word adult?
Great mother, loving father.
A sophisticated human being able to sustain themselves and live happily. So what the fuck happened?
Uh-oh.
We are no longer raising adults, kids. Those little gremlin monsters are growing into bigger monsters. Bullies leave the playground.
They are everywhere.
The office, the grocery store, the park. We are not raising adults, but monsters. Monsters with power who judge, who insult,
And vote.
scared of people different than themselves. What about embracing the unknown in order to learn and grow?
What about happiness?
Dear New Jersey, when I am angry, I am not PMSing. When I am angry, I am not on the rag. When I'm angry, my Aunt Flo has not come to visit. When I am angry, your amnesia is a problem.
What did I do?
When I am angry, it is my truth.
Dear New Jersey, fuck being politically correct. Silence is the protector of abuse.
Hush, hush.
Die, die. Sure, life is messy. Speaking up doesn't make it messier, it clears the path.
Justice.
Dear New Jersey, don't assume you know who I am by how I appear, how I
Dress.
how I
Walk.
how I
Cut my hair.
It's mine to choose.
Witches are beautiful.
No.
The old crone is the most powerful woman in the village.
But she is ugly.
Is she? Or was her power so great the brothers Grimm had to define a powerful woman through their definition of beauty?
Invisible. Useless. Nuisance.
We are rewriting a new fairy tale. We are powerful, visible creators.
Dear New Jersey, there are 700 women in the Edna Mann Women's Correctional Facility located 10 minutes from here. If you drive past it on Route 78, you can lean out the window and blow it a kiss. I have had the privilege to know 7 of those women.
Privilege.
Their vaginas are smart and creative. They are mothers, grandmothers, sisters, and daughters. They have survived physical abuse, sexual abuse, and the sucking out of their soul through their heart.
They have made mistakes.
They serve 30-year prison terms for killing their abuser. They go to jail when they should go to drug rehab. There are more vaginas of color there than white ones. And people say to me,
they deserve what they get.
when does the punishment end and the healing begin?
Dear New Jersey, I bake bread, I grow food, sew clothes, and raise babies. I'm raising feminists. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I have a brain and a voice.
What shall I tell the children?
The kindergarten teacher asked me that when I asked her to call me by my last name, a last name not shared by my husband and children. But what shall I tell the children?
Tell them it's 2015, not 1865.
White privilege, racism, classism, heterosexism, these isms are all connected. One is not more oppressive than the other.
When one of us is oppressed, we are all oppressed.
If you care about stopping all oppression,
guess what?
You're a feminist.
artistic directors of the Nerve Theater Company, along with Carolyn Hahn and Cindy Williams. The three of us, the three people called. 4 years ago, doing a production of the Vagina Monologue. And since then, we have written and performed all over Hudson County our original cabaret, Rise. We'd like to give a special thanks and shout out to the theater department, student life, and to Dr. Karen Gaffney. And Miss Alicia Walker.
Or however you identify.
Yes. Thank you.
So, as Caroline mentioned, we recently started working at Edna Mann Women's Correctional Facility. Almost exactly a year ago, actually, April 6th last year, we went into the prison and performed the show there. And based on the response of the women, we were asked to develop a theater program and go back. And we've been going since October. The three of us go in once a week and working with the group. It varies in number, but we've sort of landed on 6-7 people at this point. We follow the same process. We're working with the women as we work with our own group. And we've been collaborating on developing a full-length play, which we actually read this afternoon, did a reading here this afternoon for the first time, and I have to share it for myself. It was extremely powerful. So we believe through theater that it's an opportunity for the women to tell their stories, and we're also, while we believed it, what we're really seeing is how healing it is for them. By writing these stories together, our intention is to perform them both in the prison, directing the women, and also our theater group performing them out in the community. We want to challenge stereotypes about women incarcerated. We want to share a deeper understanding around the issues that lead to women's incarceration. And ultimately, we want to change the criminal justice system and sentencing laws. So keep an eye out for our shows, and if you would, everything from tonight's show, all the proceeds are going to that program. If you are interested in supporting us, making an additional donation, seek one of us out. I think there might be a bucket by the front door, but
I'll take
pick it. And we really appreciate you coming tonight too. Yeah.
And I should tell you that at Dear New Jersey, the women from our program have been taking it on their job sites. They're all assigned a job to do, and so in the kitchens of Edna Man, they've been reading Dear New Jersey, they've been reading it to other women, they've been having them play the parts, and that really meant a lot to us. And also it meant a lot to them, and they said that they couldn't believe that people cared.
And thought they were humans.
And thought they were humans. So, as we say goodbye to you tonight, I'd like to do one last thing. Please stand up in the audience or move to the front in the cast if you've been or seen the Vagina Monologues more than 3 times. All right, how many times? 4. 4. Joel? 4. Oh, you're not 1? Okay. 4.
You're probably 8.
8. 8. All right, and then the cast. Where's Mona? How many? 8. Where's Kim? 10. I'm 10. 10? I think all you guys are like 4, right? Yeah. 4, 6. 6. Oh my gosh, sorry, 6. So these are the people, we've been in the trenches together, right? Fighting the good fight. Now please stand up if you've never seen the Vagina Monologues before, or you're performing in it for the first time tonight. Wow. RVCC has been such a great experience, and they've been so committed. And on behalf of the theater company, I would like to thank all of the students for letting us come into your theater, be part of your lives, and really work you in person. And finally, if you feel comfortable, in the cast, if you feel comfortable, please stand up if you have been a survivor of community violence, sexual assault, domestic violence, or a friend or family member has also survived.
As if they thought they were getting off easy. The cast got together for these women are some of the most inspirational women I've ever met in my entire life. I have the privilege to know you all.